Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday.
What the fuck is up?
What the fuck are you doing? Are you lost? Did you break in the fat man's house or what?
I did. Yeah. Now, I finally realized how professional everything looks is around here. It's fucking crazy.
Is he still alive?
I actually have color. Shh.
Do you not have to wear the top hat?
Outside. I just rolled them outside.
Do you not have to? As if you just said that. Do you not have to wear the fat man's hat sitting in that chair? It's like a crown, isn't it? And he has it.
Fucking amazing, right? The best lighting ever.
I think we need to buy you a top hat.
No. It's only one man. Only one man wears a top hat.
Did you put your testicles on his keyboard? Like Step Brothers? Don't you dare touch my drum set.
Like it's Step Brothers? Yeah. Oh yeah, we had a good time today though.
So you doing some promo stuff for what's coming up in the future?
Yeah, we did some promo reels and everything. It should be a good time for the Red Line Road Trip B team, baby. B team.
B team.
Yeah. So yeah, it should be. I'm looking forward to it.
B, C, D. You're around there somewhere.
Yeah, it's far down.
So how far of a drive is it for you to get up there?
About an hour.
That's not even. Bad.
No, yeah, I cruised right here, so
yes.
It was good. But but it could take me 3 hours if I hit traffic. So
is it as bad? Is there as many flights of steps as he complained there always was to get up to where he lives?
No, he has no flight step. He's on the first floor.
Oh, this motherfucker. He's always complaining about stuff.
It's first floor. I don't know about steps, but to get down to his garage, there's an elevator, but he doesn't park in an elevator. I mean downstairs. He's all right. So yeah,
what have you guys been up to for the long weekend? Do you guys have a long weekend?
Yeah.
We do have a long.
You guys celebrate Labor Day up there?
Yeah, we work too.
Yeah. There's so many holidays that we have here in the States that you guys don't celebrate.
No.
And there's
but like
that we don't.
Ours are just like you guys have 4th of July. We have Canada Day. Like they're all relative. Like our holidays, I think, are very similar. They're just our Thanksgiving's not your Thanksgiving. It's great though. If you happen to be Canadian with an American and you want to go and do both, you can hit both.
That's why a lot of Canadians are fat.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, whatever. Whatever. No, I didn't have a long week. I worked both. I worked for Saturday and Sunday, but it was good, nice and early. I got in early, got out.
I don't go back to work till Wednesday.
Good.
But I'm super excited about this episode. We got Shane on. He's high energy, high entertainment, and he's rocking the fucking belt again. Like I can see him in the back room. He has the biggest shit-eating grin on. He actually told me that that it's great that I love looking at it because he says I'll never be able to fucking touch it.
Yeah. He's great. He's awesome.
The only time he's actually been first.
But wait, that's the only time it mattered, though.
Well, I mean, he did have.
He comes through in a clutch.
First on that one too.
Shane comes through in the clutch.
Oh no, Shane's been awesome. Actually, and I wasn't going to tell you guys this because it doesn't make me look really good. So organizing all this, Shane reached out to me a while ago and said, "Hey, Gerald, I'm not going to be able to make it. I need to bump myself to this weekend." And I'm like, "Oh, no problem." So I bumped him till the 8th of September. So anyways, I do all the promos, I get it all set up, and I post it, and Shane's like, "What the fuck? We bumped it a week early, or did I miss something?" Or I'm like, "What do you? Give me a minute." I go to my agenda and I'm like, apparently I'm retarded and I can't tell the dates. So he says, "Well, leave it as is. It works for me." I'm like, "Awesome. Thanks a lot." So I reached out to Jamie Cardile. Somebody correct me. who's also in the 15 Minutes of Lame, same season as Shane. And he's said, no problem. He says, it works for me. So now he's on the 8th. So it all worked out. But yeah, I definitely shit the bed.
That's a Canadian mistake.
Did you guys have a chance to watch the Fat Man on Morphforge?
Yes, I snuck in there when he was on, and
So-
he was doing he's funny.
Once again, the Fat Man forgets my name. It was like season 4 all over again, where my name never got mentioned in the credits. My name never got mentioned. It took him a good 2 minutes to remember my name.
You remember Crystal's name?
Well, he's also sending me out for a pizza, remember? For
Crystal-
2 weeks. He's got 2 weeks to find the right pizza place.
And
That guy.
that guy.
That guy. That guy that's going to get the pizza.
Oh, pizza
So-
man.
Who do we got in the chat? We got.
Well, we got need.
Anyone?
Sean's got to bring it up. Unless I'm bringing it up.
Shauna.
Son of August.
What up, Sammy?
Mike from M&K. Thank you very much, buddy, for coming.
What's up, man?
Python Prince, the other stripper in the joint.
Fuck you,
Jared,
Jared. Thank you for the $20.
Thanks, Gerald.
we like his money.
Fuck yeah.
Brian and Holly. What's up, Brian? Lori Gray.
What's going on,
She's a
Lori?
really nice lady.
Thank you. For
That's
stopping
exactly what I was thinking too. Really nice lady.
in. Val. Val.
Val, what's going on?
What up, Val?
So Val's videos are getting borderline OnlyFans, but she does have like 20,000 plus followers. So something's working. I'm just wondering if I should do spiders on my junk or what. But anyways, it's working for her. James Perry, what's going on?
Kenneth.
Ken, what's going on? LMK,
Patrick.
Michael Morph, Shane.
There it is.
first.
Shane.
My wife, who just
Hello.
fixes all of our computer glitches because I screw up all the time.
Thanks, Crystal. We love you.
Forge, what's going on? Will, oh God, Paul needs to go back to the blue light of Batman Nation.
Fuck you, Will.
Gerald,
Thank you.
doing us great. But by the way, does anybody you can yell at Fat Man in the other room? Where's the money going this month? Yeah, never mind. We're done with you. Fat Man, post it in the chat.
It's going to the boobies still, right?
I think it's still going to breast cancer awareness.
Save the top house.
Yep.
And is there anybody else? Is that it?
I don't
That
know
is
why.
it.
What up, Boo Boo?
Miss Wood.
Oh, there she is.
So anything else new and exciting for you guys? There you go. Breast cancer. Yeah. I forget the name though. That's the one that bothers me.
I got 2 new clutches.
I almost want to bring that up because Shane is like showing us how pretty the friggin' belt is.
No.
He's just like rubbing it in my face.
Yeah. He's shining it up right now for you.
Oh yeah. So Shauna, if you want to invite our favorite guest on, Shane Kelley, season 1 winner.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Snakes and the Batman proudly brings to you its new breeder segment, 15 Minutes of Lame!
Boom! There it is. in all its glory.
Woo! Yeah. Best there is, best there was, best there ever will be.
I love
You,
it.
you just mixed 2 different. So you got Ric Flair and Bret the Hitman Hart. Love them both.
Yeah, you better put the hitman in there between his names too. I'm telling you. He's a Canadian too.
He's Canadian. Yeah.
That's
Montreal
the only
Screwball.
Gerald knows who he is.
What am I?
Oh, good.
Oh,
What's up, fellas?
What is going
Shane,
on?
thank you so much for coming on.
Hey, I'm usually first and I'm usually early and all that shit, but never a week. Like, oh,
That's early. Fuck you early.
man, I get these ding, ding, dings, and I'm looking. I'm like, I could have sworn that was on the 8th. I look at my calendar I wrote on, says the 8th, and I go on my phone calendar. Then I go up through our chat, and that's why I'm like, hey, it says the fucking 8th there too.
Well, basically, you just said, hey, Canadians are fucking slow.
It's not working out too well.
Hey, and by the way, Jamie Cadile is a woman.
Yeah. Yep.
Jeremy? Jeremy.
No.
Hold on.
Jamie. Yeah.
Hold on. I might be screwing up.
This is why you didn't win. You didn't know your 15 minutes of lame history, right?
You know what?
I was just letting him know too. Yeah.
You didn't let me know. You know what?
I'm like, she.
You
She's
know what?
the one you want on your side, man. She's cool as hell.
Yeah.
She's your ride or die. She'll support you if she's on your team. But you go off calling her a man, she'll probably.
She hates Canadians now. What are you gonna do?
You know what? I'm actually quite used to being hated, so it actually just works for me.
You're so hated. Oh man, the number one enemy. That's it.
I don't hate you, Gerald. I love you.
Oh God, here it
Oh,
comes.
thanks, buddy.
Here it comes.
So Red Line Road Trip starts 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, let me get all my promos in. Yeah.
There it is.
There it is. Stetsy
Has
spot.
a nice shirt and everything. This is awesome, man.
You're
You don't
starting
get
at CRBE. That's awesome. I love it.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the first official one, but I'm actually going to Will's place first and filming and shit. Moreau's.
Yeah. What is this?
Royal Canadian Reptiles.
RCR.
RCR. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
he's great. He's fantastic. He helps me once in a while if I'm stuck on trying to figure out what the genetics one is. So he's been great.
Yeah. Yeah, Will's, then Billy's, and then CRBE. But I mean, that's all like, I don't think I'm gonna sleep for like 4 days, man. It's just like our itinerary is pretty packed.
So you're gonna be there a Friday night at Billy's then and all that stuff? Is that what's
the
idea and everything?
That's
Brian,
gonna be a full house.
You're going to be able to admire that from a distance, Brian. I don't think you're ever going to hold it. You can't even spell my name right. Brian and Holly.
And so it begins.
I'm like, who are you talking to? Yeah.
You know who he's talking to.
I don't even think Brian will be able to hold that belt up. It's too heavy for him.
So that's what that shelf is for.
Yeah.
That's a
For
beautiful
holding
thing.
world titles, baby.
Fucking right. I love every second of it. It's a beautiful
Shane,
thing.
It's like getting gold at the Special Olympics.
Fuck you, Jared.
In all fairness, I don't think you're going to get to keep it either, Paul. Like, your name is on it, but I don't think you're going to keep it.
Still on it.
It's on it, but I don't think you're going to ever be able to touch it because it's going to literally go from Shane to Leviathan and then eventually to the new winner because it's going to stay with them for the road trip.
Antoine. It's going to Antoine.
Yeah, it's going to Antoine next.
Is it going to Antoine?
I think it's getting passed around out of order because for me, it's going to go to Steven since we'll be in Canada together. Yeah. And then I think Steven will pass it to Antoine, I think, or I don't know.
At the other show?
Right? I think it's Charlotte.
Right.
And then Antoine's going to have to send it to you, but you're going to be in Canada too. Yeah. But you're the last guy on the list, so I don't know.
It's all right. I'm the last guy standing, so I get it for a couple of weeks. You know what? If I get it for a couple of weeks, I don't give a fuck, Gerald. It doesn't fucking matter.
I hope he doesn't get it 1 fucking minute.
I will.
Nope. I still believe.
I will call you every morning with it on naked.
By the end of this,
I think it should be a rule that whoever's the current champion has to like go hand deliver it to the most recent
to
winner.
The door. I agree. 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
I get that. That's good. That's a
You know
new
what?
rule.
I think we should get all past contestants to vote on that. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, that'll be like a perk of winning. You get it hand delivered by the previous champ.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
So like, and then I hope that we get. What's the furthest one away from Paul?
So I guess you're not wishing your fucking wife to win, then, you dickhead, huh? Very nice. Jeez, Crystal.
Yeah, you're shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah,
there,
he's
Gerald.
real supportive of you. Yeah. Looks like you're
Okay.
blushing out, you dick.
But then telling you to drive it here, that's not as funny as making
I
you drive
get
it.
it. I get it. But I'll still drive it to you.
Well, yeah, you will.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not shipping it for $500. Fuck you.
No, you'll take the fucking drive and come visit. Come and see if we can go cow tipping or something.
So
Yeah, it looks like your house would be fun, Gerald. I mean, you're like riding mowers, playing ukuleles. I'm good with that. I was a big fan of Don Ho when I was growing up, if you know who that is. I mean,
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
No, we were talking about it, and I'm like, Crystal, I've been so busy getting set up for CRB, and I know like this is my first, I guess, big show, and then with all you guys coming down, I've been setting up swag and trying to do it. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it upright, and so we've been getting everything ready, and it puts everything on the house on the back burner. So I'm like doing that today, and I'm like, I got to get a video out, otherwise I'm 1,000,000% gonna fucking hear about it on the show. So I'm like, I gotta get something out. And Crystal's like, I found my ukulele. I'm like, yeah, because I'm musically talented. Let me sing.
yeah.
And she says, no. She said, you can pretend.
You did pretend when you stopped, the music was still going.
Yeah. Yeah, you stopped strumming and the fucking ukulele still playing on music. I'm like, you blew it. Fuck.
Well, we did 5 takes with me strumming and trying to talk, and it did not work. It did, like multitasking. And the worst thing is I'm giving you guys all ammo to give me ribs about, but I don't even care. But I'm like, I'm trying to talk and strum, and I'm like, this is just not working. The mouth.
You're not very coordinated. Every time you talk, you stop.
I was sounding like a complete idiot. So I was like, I couldn't do it. So I'm like, I'm done. Just stop. She says, it'll be okay. People will think it's funny that the ukulele is still going.
Yeah, I caught it.
Some people did not catch it, though. That made it a little bit funny, though.
See, Val is telling you that it was hilarious.
Yeah.
So,
well, she said she had to watch it twice before she's like, wait a minute.
he's not playing that ukulele.
No. So, Shane, being that you were the first member of the 50 Minutes of Lame winning, how much do you think it benefited you being on the show?
Oh, it benefited me tremendously, man. I mean, just the whole campaign just added to everything I had going on at the time, man. And it just I just kept rolling with it. Even after the contest was over, I just kept rolling, steamrolling, fucking social media and stuff, man. All promotion is good promotion, pretty much. So there's a whole bunch of cross promotion that goes on during the campaign, as everyone knows. And yeah, man, I mean, now here I am, a fucking special guest at a Canadian show, bro. I mean, come on.
Fuck. It's only a quarter Canadian.
Yeah. I know, it's not even quarter. Now we're 33%. I'm gaining shares.
I still think you benefited from the show, from 15 Minutes of Lame too, as well. Even after the fact, I still think that think the marketing of this show is actually genius.
The way the show is set up, it is a marketing genius, and I hate saying that because it goes to Chris's head, and his head barely fits in that hat. But it is marketing genius because every year we promote, and then you promote all the judges, who that promote you, and it's the pyramid effect. It really is. And so every year it's just getting bigger and bigger, and it's definitely promoting everybody throughout the whole game. It's great.
Mm.
And then you got Paul, that
What?
Paul.
Fuck off, cocksucker. Sorry, am I allowed to say that live? Oh, I did. Okay.
you did.
Yeah, I honestly feel like I can cuss on this show. I try not to cuss everywhere else.
You can cuss on our show. It's all in good humor. We've never actually cursed anybody out and actually meant it.
Oh, and there it goes. They dial up on the Canadian. This is the best part of it. The best part.
It might be a first, but we haven't done it. Goddamn fucking Elon Musk, motherfucking internet, but fuck.
So you're saying
why don't you get your Brian Rivera internet fixed and then start talking again?
Oh, that's okay. We understand.
Are you on Starlink?
Starlink, yeah.
Oh, I was going to tell you to upgrade to Starlink, but fuck, if you already got it, I don't know. Yeah.
He needs to put more fucking satellites up. Have you seen that video on how many satellites?
The main part of the world that matters, bro. I mean, Canada.
I was just gonna say that they stop at the border of fucking Canada and everything. There's no fucking satellites over there.
No, I'm just messing with you. I like Canadians, honestly.
It's gonna be fun.
I hope so. We're gonna have to freaking. I'll call border services on you.
Man, I don't know. I grew up watching like Rocky and Bullwinkle and shit. I'm not really scared of Royal Canadian Mounted Police, but
they're cupcakes. So business is booming. You're now getting into boas.
Yeah, just a little bit though. Like I got a few. I'm not like going full bore or anything. I mean, if anything, I've really upgraded my hognose section in my room this past year.
So I got bigger too. Yeah, it looks awesome. Don't know nothing
about
the
side of the room always on the other side of the camera. No one ever really sees my hognose operation, but it's like ball pythons over there, hognose on that side,
Right. Now, I know that you started obviously with ball pythons, right? Mainly.
Yeah, that was my main deal.
Are you like more infatuated now with hog noses and the boas, or is it just going to be
Well, I got hognose too the same time as ball pythons, but I got a way more ball pythons. So I've just been doing the hognose like slowly every year and just kind of expanding every year. The boas, man, I've loved boas. Were really my first love, like boas and Burmese, like back in the day. Yeah. And then now that, whatever. So I got smaller locality type boas, but yeah, I mean, I think it's fun to be diversified a little bit, Yeah.
I think that's a given now. It seems like it's going that route.
And then I just fell into that part with dumb luck, but I've always had a little diversity. I'm not like super crazy or nothing, but all pythons are great for like morphing around and stuff, but like boas have good personalities. Hognose have like too much personality sometimes, so I just like a different feel of, different species and stuff.
Have you let a hognose gnaw on your finger a little bit to see if it's going to blow up?
I've been bit and they've like chomped down for a minute before I got them off. I never had a reaction. I got bit by a Mexican beaded lizard and didn't really have a reaction either. So
no shit.
It chomped down. My whole hand swelled up. I looked like Gavin from Balls to You on my left hand. But I didn't get any of the other symptoms, like all the pain, the throwing up, and I didn't get none of that.
Okay. Yeah.
So.
That still doesn't sound like it sold it to me. I don't know if I want to get bit by them.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't doing it on purpose. I was free handling, taking pictures for the goddamn internet like a dummy, and that thing just reached over and chomped on my thumb, man. I was like, yeah, I should probably wear gloves after that.
Oh, that's fucking
the
amazing.
Other half of the Red Line road trip, Steven is in the chat.
Hello,
So
Steven.
hello, Steven.
Man, me and Steven got so many plans that Courtney's going to be mad about. It's so great. And to answer Dick's question, I'm probably not going to be at Tinley.
Okay. You're not? You don't have a table this time?
Well, I never really technically had a table. I was always subletting, but with the Canada trip, and then I just took a week off for my daughter, and then Charlotte's the next weekend right after I come back from Canada. It's just like a lot of time off in a short period, man.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
But if Tinley called me and said my waiting list time was up and I had a table, then I'd have to make it work.
I was just saying you'd have to fucking take it.
Yeah,
Fine.
I'd have to make it work. But,
At that point, you just say, yeah, fire me. We'll figure it out. You can rehire me when I come back.
yeah, something. I mean, so as of right now, it's pretty much a no. It's just that one little slight chance I get a call with a table.
How long have you been on that waiting list?
2 years? Not long.
All right. Okay.
Not long, 26 months. You know, it's cool.
But I mean, I was making sure I was there every Sunday morning in person, fill out more paperwork, reassure them that, you know, I'm still interested. I've been doing the whole thing.
Do you know how long the waiting list usually is or something like that now?
I mean, I just hear rumors from other breeders like 5 years and stuff. Okay. But I mean, it really depends on the species and stuff you're going to bring too, and where they're at in the show with those other species. So,
so maybe diversifying is actually going to help you because you'll have 3, maybe 4 types by next year. So
yeah, that's what I told him since the beginning. Like, I don't have to bring ball pythons. That's just what my social media is driven on. I have other stuff. I can come with everything but ball pythons. Yeah,
right. Because you have. Is it fat tail geckos or leopard?
Leopard geckos, but I actually just traded off all my breeding colony for more boas.
All right.
Because my leopard geckos were technically they were the kids, and they were the ones doing all that. And then they've since like discovered girls, and now they go fishing all the time. Like they're out fishing right now, and I mean they just lost interest. They'll come in here and work for money, but they're not into like breeding their own stuff right now. They got better stuff to do, Hormones are raging, they're teenagers. I'm like, I get it, man. I'll see you in your 20s. Just come back when you're ready.
But by then, it's going to be all snakes.
Yeah.
So, Jared, he actually hit on one of your favorite questions. Do you have any questions based on diversification?
Look, I'm big on diversification. I think you have to have it to be successful anymore. I think if you're one-sided, it's just like cars, right? You go to a car dealership, if they only have Chevy S10s, well, you're limiting yourself. So you have to open up the market, right? And that brings more eyes to where you are. That's why people take trades and stuff like that at car dealerships. Same way. I preach it all the time. Diversification, I think, is key to being successful in the reptile industry.
Yeah, I think the hard part with it is just knowing your limits. and there's like a mental bandwidth too. It's like, because you got some different schedules going on, and it's like real easy to get in one routine, but then you got to remember these other routines you got going too. So I try to know my limits. Like I got king snakes and stuff too, but they're just pretty much like on hognose schedules. So that's easy to incorporate there.
Right. Okay.
That's why, so I stick with snakes because I got the boas and I've got the ball pythons, but Crystal does the geckos and all that. And so we're able to, at the show, have 2 tables beside each other, but it's definitely, I don't know nothing about a gecko other than, hey, it's cute and it's like a thing that sticks on everything. So
the thing that sticks on everything.
They're crazy. Like they are crazy and they stick on everything. They're
I do got a question for you, Shane. You were part of the 4 Horsemen, right?
Yes, sir, man. I haven't heard that in a while. Yes.
So with that, what do you think was more beneficial for your your success in the reptile industry? Do you think being part of the Four Horsemen and the legacy that you developed there, or the legacy that you're putting out with the 15 Minutes of Lame, was more beneficial to your career?
I don't think without the Four Horsemen, I wouldn't have been able to get into 15 Minutes of Lame. So it was like it was a progression, and the Four Horsemen was a little different. Like that legacy's kind of died out because nobody really promotes it anymore. So with 15 Minutes of Lame, it just keeps going year after year, and I get to stay being a part of it. So long term, 15 Minutes of Lame, but Four Horsemen led me, like that's what got my whole social media rolling. That's that's what started my push.
So can you elaborate on what the Four Horsemen is for the people in the chat that probably have never watched it? Maybe they can go back and rewatch some of those videos if they're still up.
Well, funny thing, you can't go back and rewatch them because the guy in England deleted all the videos. So,
Oh, fuck that.
so all of that hard work, I'm a little perturbed about that, but he has his reasons. So the Four Horsemen was the general premise was it was 4 ball python breeders from around the world. So I was in California at the time. We had Ron from BBM in Puerto Rico, Rob Bearclaw over in Malaysia, and Predator BP in England. And then so like whatever topic, it was a lot to do with husbandry and stuff though too, like how we do things. And then you would get a video put together, and it would have 4 different ways to do things basically. And it like the cross promotion in that's where I first learned it. Like I still have follow and message with a lot of people in England and stuff. And then I do get Malaysian ones too. I don't know what they're saying sometimes. And then
it really was kind of ahead of its time though. Looking at it like that was the first time that you had multiple breeders in one group discussing things and really shedding light on that there is different ways to do things. So a lot of people that, if you guys missed out on that and didn't get to see it, it's a travesty because there was a lot of good information.
Yeah, and it covered all those climate zones and latitudes and longitudes and all the things, you know. So yeah, it was really good. And I developed some really good friendships out of it. Richard's the only one. He was Predator BP in England, but he's the only one I don't really have any contact with anymore. But yeah, he deleted all of his social media.
I would say okay.
His YouTube channel's still there, but he deleted all the videos. But that so happens to be where all the Four Horsemen videos were at, because at the time he was the biggest ball python channel out of England. He eclipsed everyone at the time.
Oh no! Oh shit!
So yeah, that's what really just pushed my social media. And I don't know why he picked me to be in it. I don't know. I was just some dumb guy in his garage in California. I don't know.
Obviously, you were doing something right.
You're annoying and you're funny.
That's pretty.
I would do videos and then have an outro of me singing Patsy Cline and shit, and he liked it. I was just like, all right, cool. Let's roll.
Well, Shane, I can honestly say that your videos actually saved one of my ball pythons. So, and I told you that, but like you had your ball python that had the stuck egg, where you drew the yolk out from under the scales and the underbelly.
Yeah,
I did the same thing, and was able to reach up and take out the egg, and thankfully that saved her, and she's doing well. So you know what? Like everybody says, you know, some of the stuff that people do, and they actually criticize ball python breeders and snake breeders because of some of the stuff they do without the vets. But the reality is, you bring it to a vet, a lot of the time they won't do those steps. They go right to cutting it open, and you know that animal is now bound to just be a pet. They won't go the extra steps, and it's astronomical pricing. So that all being said, thank you. You saved a very expensive snake from having to endure a very costly and very painful procedure, and she's doing amazing.
You know, it's hard to find a vet anymore that has that knowledge too.
Toronto is the closest for me.
Yeah,
I was going to speak on that. Yeah.
most of our breeders probably know more about these reptiles than what the friggin' vets do because nobody trains on that. Like snakes and reptiles are a thing of the past. It's very niche. It's a very niche thing to get into.
Yeah. So first of all, thank you, Gerald. I love hearing that it helped you, man. I really do. So what led up to that though was I did take it to the vet. I took it to my local vet in Bakersfield, and I had a crazy job at the time, so my wife took the snake in, and she called me and she's like, the vet says it can't be egg bound because these snakes give live birth. And I was like, just take the fucking snake and leave. So then I called around, and it was like I could take my snake all the way up to San Francisco, which was like 6 or 8 hours away from me. And then the vet on that phone's like, you got to weigh it. I love that vet. I don't even remember the name, but that vet that specialized in reptiles up in the Bay Area was like, look, you got to weigh some options. Like, we could probably get the egg out and everything. The snake could die. Definitely won't be a breeder. You know, maybe you should seek other options, but we'll do the operation if you want. And then the reptile community reached out, and Angel Caro is the one that kind of walked me through all that stuff. Angel Caro Reptiles. So, yeah, shout out to him because he was a vet tech that worked with reptiles, and he's a ball python breeder too. But yeah,
That's great.
But I mean, I don't want to down talk vets in general. Like
That's a great.
Like we have Alicia Harbin and Johnny Gobble, and I'm sure there's a ton of other ones that I don't personally know, but there are good vets. But if you just run down to your closest vet, more than likely they're not going to know anything about reptiles.
Yeah.
There are a lot of knowledgeable people out there, and I agree with you 100%. We're not bashing any of them, and I'm again not suggesting that anybody goes and says, "Hey, I'm basically going to be a doctor and let me just do this." I do have a bit of veterinary help or veterinary stuff that I've done with farm animals and stuff, so I wasn't blind to the animal, but just going into it, I would not suggest that anybody just says, "Hey, let me go and see what I can do." Do your research, make the right decision for yourself. Definitely reach out to a vet if you've got one close to you. There are some really great vets that can help you. I'm not saying all vets are the same. In this particular case, Shane helped me out, saved me a 5-hour drive minimum, and possibly losing my animal. So in this case, thank you very much, Shane. And there are a lot of great vets out there. And if you find a good one, keep them because they're hard to find.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, Dr.
So
Johnny.
I just don't want to bash any vets out there. And there are some amazing people, and you're not wrong on that. But there are some people that don't have the experience in those specific animals because they just never had the opportunity to.
And he's gone again.
And
I'll
pause.
finish this in because they never had the opportunity to work with those specific animals. You know, as a vet, they cover a whole bunch. I mean, that's a big umbrella to fall under. You know.
Right.
You mentioned some great vets like Alicia Harbin, Dr. Harbin. She's awesome. Johnny Gobble's awesome. The practice that Dr. Gobble had is right up the road from here. That's where I went to get all my veterinary care when I did some rescues and stuff. And there are some great doctors, but to his point, the majority of them don't have the opportunity to work with those animals. So the fact that you were able to put out information that gave somebody else the opportunity to save an animal is awesome. It's awesome. That's what YouTube and the snake channels and stuff should be about.
Yeah, no, I agree. And when I started YouTube, that was my whole premise is like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going to document my process, win, lose, or draw throughout time.
Right.
And information is so invaluable. Like, we can't pretend to know all the answers, but we can definitely use information that we have and say, hey, this worked for me, and give it a shot for yourself and see what you think. Now, you definitely have to kind of go through the weeds and figure out what works. I'm not suggesting to everybody to do everything everybody suggests, but definitely try some of the stuff, and some of it might work for you and be beneficial.
Yeah, consider the source. and know your own comfort level too. Like, are you
Right.
comfortable doing some of these things? I mean, some people might not be comfortable with some of that.
No.
So many people ahead of us, they're trial and error. That everything, everything comes with at a cost, and I'm sure that that's what people learn from other people before them and them. So a lot of information that comes down is good information. But if you, like you said, Shane, if you trust the source and or you know who the source is, and I get that.
Yeah.
I think
Shane,
that's catch-22 of YouTube also is that you get good and bad information, and you have to vet your sources, because there's a lot of information I found on YouTube that I was like, I've only been, when I was beginning to do this, just learning, YouTube was paramount to what I learned. But I was like, I've only been doing this for fucking 4 months, and I know that's stupid. You should not do that. Right? But somebody that's just starting out is like, oh, that's great information. Let me put the temp at fucking 120 degrees for a ball python with the red lights, and
What's wrong? Heat rock is good.
Yeah, battery operated heat rock. Fuck it, full send.
Yeah, because on YouTube, man, I mean, you get everyone from like pet people that don't know anything all the way over to like crazy Russians like Peter Snakes, and there's all kinds of
fucking crazy Russian with a Siberian tiger behind them. Yeah.
So,
that's great.
but that was also like that was sort of the premise of go back to the Four Horsemen. It was like 4 guys from around the world, trying to help solve problems.
Well, that's cool though. Like bouncing different ideas off of obviously from different parts of the world.
Right.
They're bound to know that they're doing something different over in England than over here.
Yeah.
I got that. Malaysia, yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, and then like it's like Malaysia and Puerto Rico too. I mean, that's like they're not as well connected. I don't know how to say it politically correct, but they're kind of a ways.
Yeah.
We're definitely not politically correct.
Disconnected.
So don't worry about that.
Well, I mean, whatever. They're my homies.
Disconnected, yes.
Yeah.
No, so Crystal had to get us on a waiting list. So she screw this up. She imported a couple of geckos from the Czech Republic, and she wanted to get them checked out to make sure that they're all healthy and all that stuff. She also wanted to get on some sort of waiting list so we could get a vet that would be able to help us with reptile issues if we had anything come up. But like she was on a 3-month waiting list, and they were very iffy about seeing her because they're like, oh, you have a couple reptiles, and she's like, yeah, we'll go with a couple. So she's like, okay. So she brings in these 2 reptiles, and he's like, okay, so how many do you have? And she's like, I don't know, 130. He's like, 130 geckos? She's like, yeah. My husband's like 136 snakes. Oh, okay. So he's like really cautious answering questions at first, and then he's going through, but he's like, okay, like she's smarter than I am. I don't know why she's with me. So she's going through all the
figure that out either.
Right. Nobody can.
I know.
So she's going through the list, and like he's asking questions, and like she's very informed. Like, here's what they're eating, here's what they're doing, here's the pH balance. Like she knows stuff. So at the end of it, he's like, oh, here's the vial. He's like, just give to deworm all of her geckos. He's like, this is the vial. He says, give them this much, you're good. He says, this will do your whole collection. So at the end, he was actually really good. But like the waiting list and, the Harbins, there's good people out there. Find them, search them out, and they're worth paying them.
Right.
Pay them.
Right.
So Dr. Gobble actually helped me save one of my snakes. You're talking about deworming. A lot of people don't think that you need to deworm your snakes because if you feed them frozen thawed or if you feed them homegrown rodents, that they can get parasites. Well, one of the biggest issues, one of the biggest causes of your snake going off food and losing weight is parasites, worms, because you get flies that get into your freaking your rodent room or wherever, and they eat that and they eat that, and next thing you know, you got a rat that's full of freaking parasites. You just fed its baby that's full of parasite eggs to your snake. Right. Now your snake's not eating because he's full of it.
Right.
The more you know.
The more you know.
And no one's half the battle. Go Joe.
Yeah, there it is.
Little knowledge drop for you guys today.
G.I. Joe.
So who do you think so far in the 15 Minutes of Lame this year would be your front runners? I'm not going to say they're going to win, but we'll say they're the front runners. Like, it's really, really early. Some people haven't even put out a reel yet. But who are the ones that you think might have what it takes from what you've seen in the last year or two, from what you've seen from them?
He won't tell you. I asked last year. He told me shut the fuck up and leave him alone.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. Leave me alone now.
I'm not asking
as
him
a
like
judge. I'm not going to give. I don't want to. If I say something, then that might sway other people and blah blah blah. So
I'm literally saying what you've seen so far. Like, there's a lot of people who are being smart and they're keeping it, and they're not going to start pushing out their stuff till November. There are other people. I'm just saying you've seen some videos. Some people that did a really good job on the video. Like, I would not have been top 10 if you went video alone. And,
I think you've done better since the competition.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Here's the real question. How much did Paul pay you for your vote to help get the sweep? That's what I want to know.
Me?
Yeah.
Nobody paid me.
See how angry they are at me, Shane? Me and Shane had a good conversation during that fucking whatchamacallit.
So here's what I think happened. I think Paul's up in New York and Shane is Chris's best friend.
Shane's your fucking next door neighbor.
Not really. It's 45 minutes away.
So shut the fuck up.
I really like New York hardcore music, though.
I know what happened here. There's a whole conspiracy theory. It's like it's a rigged election all over again.
I love this. This is so fun. This is so fun. I love it.
So, isn't Demonic from New York? Demonic isn't near New York. No.
I think Lenny's from Jersey.
Jersey.
Dirty Jersey.
That's
like New York, but better though, right?
No, way worse. It's the armpit of America right there. It's Jersey. No.
I'm going to go opposite of Gerald's question, Shane. Is there anybody out there so far in this year's competition that just annoys the fuck out of you? This is going to suck. This is going to be hard.
Still, again, man, I'm not talking about this year's competition till it's over. I can talk about previous ones.
Who? All right, last year, who was your top 5 last year's competition?
Who was my top 3? So I had Paul, and was Gerald my number 2, or was he my special mention?
I think he was your number 3, and then
Troy. Was it
Troy? Troy was number 2.
Oh, then I'd put jaw dropping morphs in there.
There you go.
No, you put in a lot of work and everything. I usually just announce 3 and sometimes an honorable mention, like if somebody gets a tattoo or something crazy. I mean, that's pretty fucking legit. They need a mention.
Yeah.
Demonic's correcting you, by the way, Paul.
Yeah, he said he's from Brooklyn, but he lives in Jersey. Right?
So you're giving him a hard time because of where he lives?
No, I mean, it's from Jersey, though. Now. He could be from Brooklyn. Could be. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
All those states are so small, they should just be one state anyway. I mean,
yeah.
It's like you can't call them New York Giants. They play in Jersey. They're New Jersey Giants. Fuck that.
Giants from a tiny state. Yeah.
How do you feel about the people that go through and do the interview and then don't compete in the competition?
I think it's just a waste of fucking time. And I mean, the first year, I think the competition, I I mean, those people the first year, maybe the second year, because it wasn't like a thing, like a full-on thing yet. But at this point, like it's known, like if you're on 15 Minutes of Lame, there's a competition at the end of the year. If you're not going to participate in that, then you should just pass up on the 15 Minutes of Lame and let that spot go to someone that will compete.
Fuck you, Limey.
Man, my life. But yeah, I mean that's my thought on it because there's plenty of people out there that'll compete. So,
what do you think of the amount? Like every year it seems like it's getting more and more involved,
right?
And even for you guys, like I actually am glad I'm not a judge because what you guys have to do, the amount of work you guys have to do, just being judges, taking those reels and repost like you're
literally I can't post my own content when that fucking competition's going on.
No, because you're tagged in everything.
Like, yeah, it sounds like it would be a break for me. Like, oh, you don't have to do any content. No, man, I get notifications everywhere, and then like all the comments on those things, I'm just like, fuck.
Well, for 30 days, I posted pretty much daily. Like I can tell you, my wife and I probably were pretty close to getting a divorce because the amount of work we were putting in for the contest. But
like, was so over it. She was so over it by the end. She was like, really? What the fuck do you want me to record now?
My wife just kept calling me a loser. She's like, you're such a fucking loser. She's like, now give me the finger. Taking pictures and calling me a loser.
So,
like,
right? But like, so we're posting every day, and you know, and that's what we've been pushing as far as all the new people. Like, if you can start recording now, record it now. You're going to love yourself later.
Yeah, but save it for later.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about posting it now. I'm talking about record it now.
Some of them have already started posting.
Yeah, well, and you know what? Drugs is a real thing. But it was a lot of work for you guys, and it's gotten almost. What would you suggest? Being that you've now been there, done that, seen the last 3 years go on, what would you suggest that somebody else does? Would you suggest maybe a small content with a big thing once a week? What would be your take on what you've seen, and what do you think works well? And this is just your opinion. This is not,
Well, quantity definitely plays into it. So, I mean, if you post one good one throughout the whole competition, that's not enough. But quality is the key, I think, at this point. Like, if you're just blasting nonsense out there, it's not going to matter much, you know? So good, funny stuff or, thought-provoking, whatever, just quality stuff. And, I mean, I would shoot for once a day, but I know it gets hard, man. So, at least a few times a week.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that would be a good general guideline. And then, like, maybe one a month, like leading up to it. Like right now, like post one a month, but don't be hitting it every day now and tagging me. You're going to fucking piss me off. I can tell you that.
What is your guidelines now for being a judge? What do you go through and start to pick out and everything? Besides you just saying funny and what?
So first I go back and listen to all the interviews all over again. And I just like go to just the 15 Minutes of Lame. And then I go to the next one, just the 15 Minutes of Lame. See how they did on the interview. And then I start my short list on that. I keep notes in my phone. And then I start keeping score after that. So quality of the content, what kind of like I always look at too, like how invested they seem to be in it, you know? Mm-hmm. Like there was other good contestants in previous years that, I thought like, man, I would maybe give my vote to them. But I just had this feeling like they're just like one catastrophe away from like getting out, and sure shit, they're out now. So I'm like, man, see, I'm glad I didn't vote for those people. So there's like the gut feeling too. No, not you. No, but there's like the gut feeling too. So like, do I think longevity, like, are they invested enough and committed enough to be in it 5 years from now, 10 years from now? Because, like, you don't want to pass that belt on to somebody that's going to leave in 6 months.
No.
Right.
So there's all that. And you want people this is the way I think of it too. This is not all altruistic. I can't say those two words together. But anyways, there's some pride and ego in this too. Who do I want to see wearing the belt, man? How am I going to be proud that they're wearing the belt? Like, is that somebody? You know what I mean? But like, we're all like one class of people after that. So,
Paul, I don't know. Paul attacked Chris and broke into his house, and that's why he's there, Charlie.
Yes.
He's asking why you're in Chris's house.
Yeah.
But I want to let everybody know, like, you know, it does not matter if you did a bad interview or if you felt you did a bad interview. It's one part of it, and you know the judges are great. They do, and like they'll rib you, and like I think every judge in the whole competition has chewed me out because of how awful I did. So, but the point being is, just because you did awful in one portion does not mean you do not have a chance. So do the work. Do the work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, just doing the work, even if you don't like win the fucking gold at the end of the competition, you're still like creating more content and blowing up your brand.
I have a feeling this year there's going to be a lot more people that stay in the competition. Like last year, there was over 13 people that just didn't even do anything. Like I have a feeling there's going to be a lot more this year that stays in and keeps pushing.
I don't know how much of it's going to be good content, but I believe that you're right. Yeah. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to be in it for the long haul. And I think that's awesome.
Yeah. You know, the ones that get me, though, are like the teases. There's like, I'm not going to name them, but there was a few people that like acted like they were running for like the first week and then stopped. And I'm like, I keep kind of looking for them. I'm like, am I missing them? I'm going to their, nope, they haven't posted nothing. Because at that point, I've narrowed down my list. I just start deleting people off my little voting list. At that point, like if they're not competing,
that's what ended up happening anyway, right? After like a certain amount of months, not months, but days, they just booted off. They were booted off the chat.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, so when we started, there was, I don't know, 20 people on the list, 20, and then I think he narrowed it down to like 11. Because of that exact reason, like there's people not doing stuff. So he's like, I'm cutting it down, and you know, it was a lot of fun anyways. And anybody who's in the 15 minutes of lame, get doing your fucking work, because you know what, Chris did a great job engineering this thing. Shane did an amazing job. Antoine did an amazing job. Leviathan did an amazing job. Paul had somebody do an amazing job for him.
Still fucking won, you fuck.
He fell out of the chair, Limey.
Sorry. It's all right.
Yeah, so we got to keep it going year after year.
Fuck yeah.
No, and every champion is still around and kicking and doing amazing things. And that's, I guess, that goes back to your point. Promote somebody that you think is going to be there, who's going to be around, and be able to be part of this 3, 4, 5, 10 years down the road.
Right.
So, you know, 4 years ago, we're on year 5. You're just bigger than you were ever before. So, proof is in the pudding.
I love Josh Strange, man. He's in here fucking trash talking you, Gerald.
Yeah. Since Gerald took my title, the worst 15 minutes interview ever. That's fucking amazing. That is pretty funny.
Okay, so hold on 1 second. I'm gonna edit this right now because I gotta put this out there. If you have a chance, I'd like you to go back to episode, what was it, 120? I want you to go watch Sky High Morphs and then say that again. Oh, sorry, Brian.
He's here. Win or lose, buddy. He's still here.
Win or lose, you're still here. But you may have taken the worst interview away from me. And for that, I am forever in your debt. Thank you very much.
Gerald, I thought your interview was good because, you know, like You use Clutch. Asked by Justin. No, fuck no. I use Husbandry Pro.
What the fucking amazing. Yes. No, why would I use Clutch?
well, like, so and Chris is now, and 2 years in, is now a friend, and he helps me with all this stuff. And anytime I have a question, he's the first one to answer. But like, he was on the Morphforge, and he's joking about stuff and going through who's doing well and everything else. And he actually gave me compliments and everything else. But then he goes and starts talking about my interview, and basically saying how much I gave Justin shit and shit the bed and giving him shit because I didn't go with Clutch, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm never gonna live this shit down.
I thought it was great.
The best part was you looking deer in headlights.
He was starstruck. He was like, "Oh my God, that's just
Okay, well, I'd like you to ask Chris how much fucking heads up I had of that.
Who cares?
We've heard the story 63,334 times. So, what's the fat man got going on tonight after this?
He's got an interview with the Pangea guy.
Yes.
Oh, and Gerald's froze again. Look at that face. God, it's
Shane, you gotta make you.
Oh, I thought he did actually freeze. I thought he was just pretending he froze.
No.
Add this to the second worst interview he's ever done. You're freezing as much tonight as you did with Justin.
Fuck. That is fucking awesome. Loved every second of it.
There are two other guys here, right? You guys can, when I freeze, take over.
We have
Yeah. So I got a question for you guys. Who's the brains and the one doing all the work amongst you three?
Gerald. I'm not fucking saying it. Gerald and Crystal. They're absolutely fucking units. Fucking units.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Me and Paul just show up and we talk shit to Gerald.
All right.
I got big shoulders. You'll see. I carry them on my back.
Yeah. Carries us on his back. I don't know if he can, but yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, since you can't carry the belt, you got to carry something around.
Don't worry.
Don't worry. Carry the guy wearing the belt.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna get a picture taken though, where I'm trying to steal the belt from you.
That's all right, man. You can spear me or something. I mean, we are in to me, Canada's the wrestling mecca. All the good wrestlers came from Canada.
He said,
fucking right.
Spear me. You got to spear me to take
Stone
this
Cold
belt away.
Steve Austin did not come from Canada. He's fucking American. Greatest wrestler.
Man, you got Bret Hart. You got the goddamn Canadian crippler, Chris Benoit. Fuck, man, the Rabbit Wolverine.
Yeah. And where's he now? And where's Chris Benoit now?
Well, he had a rough spell and he didn't make it through that. But that fucking dude was badass.
He murdered his entire family. It's fine.
Hey, I don't know what led up to that. I don't know.
Steroids?
I think he had that fucking blunt force trauma shit that fucking football player that went on the murdering spree.
Your mayor is one of the greatest wrestlers of all time.
Fucking Kane, baby.
Yeah. Mayor of Knoxville, Tennessee.
No. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Kane is the
So
mayor of
I'm going
Knoxville.
to give you a short little story. So when the belt first got here, I'm like, fuck, dude, I'm going to email Kane and have him fucking choke slam me through a table with the belt or
That
something.
would have been amazing.
So I go back to my emails because I get emails from him, right? I get his autograph all the time in the email, right? And then I follow the little links and shit, and then there's a big thing at the bottom. It's if you are contacting Glenn Jacobs for fucking wrestling, blah, 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 you need to go through WWE. And I'm like, fuck, man. I don't think I could do it.
No, because WWE still owns the rights to all of them for anything they do. From what I
I
heard,
can have fucking Glenn Jacobs, the mayor, put me through a fucking table. Then he doesn't.
That's
have to,
it. That's
And then
what you
some
got to
fucking
do.
explosions come up, and that's just Glenn Jacobs explosion. We can make them Tennessee orange instead of cane red,
There you go.
When I was growing up, my ex stepmom used to work at the Avis there off Sutherland Avenue, Avis Rent-A-Car. And I was there one day as they were coming back from a show, and it was Kane, Mankind, and The Undertaker. And I was like, fucking, I don't know. I was in elementary school. I was the prime of like WWE, the prime of wrestling. Action figures came out. I used to have the little ring and make them wrestle. And I was just in shock and awe. I got to meet 3 of my 4 favorite wrestlers. And they are so big. God, they are so big.
What I'm talking about. I heard Kane likes to eat at some pizza place. I need to get the name of that restaurant and go eat there every night.
Yeah, wait till he comes here. Like, yo, you got to do me a favor. You
Grab my belt. Like, yo,
throw me through this pizza.
through the table with the pizza on it. Do it.
I'll pay for it. I don't care.
Hey guys, if you're watching this and you enjoy the content that we're putting out and enjoy great people like Shane and Paul and Gerald, make sure you guys hit the like button, follow us, and then you can be notified anytime we come on if you're not already. But make sure you hit the like button because there's only 13 likes and there's 20 people in the show.
And you know what the funny thing is, like our show is less about snakes than it is about having a good time. If you get a little pearl of wisdom every once in a while, that's just sheer dumb luck. You happen to tune in at the right time. Mm-hmm. But other than that, like we do this show, touch base with old ball python breeders that have been in the game for a few years, and the new ones that are coming in. And we do this so we have fun. We see where they're at, what they're doing, where they're going, and where they've been. And Shane is an OG. He's been in here.
The OG, yes.
He is the OG of the 15 Minutes of Lame.
Yeah.
The first winner.
Yeah.
I like this.
Lori Gray is just fucking drilling it into you too.
I thought he froze again when he was reading the comment. He was like,
No, Lori. I live in Canada, and I live like
lives in the middle of nowhere in a farm.
Yeah, like I live in the paradise where everybody would want to live, except for when you want internet.
Or when there's snow 16 months out of the 12 of the year. Fuck that shit.
Blame Canada. That's all.
Yeah. Blame Canada. Blame
Jared,
Canada.
I'm going to get you to come out for Christmas.
Out.
Out and about.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Be about it.
You want poutine? Well, we're going to get a picture of Shane eating a big-ass fucking poutine.
Well, is that how you say it? I've been calling it poutine.
That's how I've been saying it for the fucking years. Poutine.
No.
Say it again.
Poutine.
What do you mean Putin? He's a fucking president.
Hey, so where I'm going up in Canada, this part of Canada, is there like a bunch of French speaking shit going on?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
I'm good then.
If you do want a video that has someone speaking French in it, my wife will speak French for you, so you can have somebody speaking French in the background.
All right, yeah. She's the one that sings the intro song to this too, right?
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
She's one of the 2 girls that were singing it. Yeah, so my wife is multi-talented. Like we said before, I'm very lucky. It's actually my anniversary. Yeah,
today
I'm doing this.
Happy anniversary, guys.
Happy anniversary.
8 years?
Right.
No, we've been together 11, but we've been married 6.
Okay. Good for you.
And she hasn't divorced me yet, and I do this shit. So
6, 11, 8. That's right.
Close.
All right.
Python Prince. You know what? I'm going to bring Python Prince on here just so he can wear his stripping uniform, whatever that was.
Are you guys going to have a strip off?
No fucking way.
I think we just found
Where's your
the
stripping
Tinley
pole?
competition for next year.
You're going to bring it into that room, your stripping pole?
I didn't have a stripping pole.
Why not?
He says he did, though.
So
If
hear
you
me
went
out.
He says he did.
Hey, if you went back to stripping at your age, you'd be like fucking the guy
No,
on
G.
Umbrella Academy. You know, the last season of Umbrella Academy. Legs and eggs.
So hear me out. Instead of a wrestling match at Tinley this year, we have a strip off, and we bring Gerald in.
I would rather wrestle.
I would rather wrestle. All right.
You guys are fucked.
That seems fair.
But Shane, any other tips you want to put out there for people joining the 15 Minutes of Lame this year or in the future from here on out?
Just like we said before, if you're going to do the interview, compete first of all, and then after that, I mean, just take it serious, but have fun and cross promote and just blow the whole thing up every year.
Right.
That's my 2 cents.
Do you guys have any last questions for Shane, the OG of the 15 Minutes of Lame?
Shane.
Fuck yeah, man. Thank you so
Awesome,
much.
brother. Yeah, appreciate the interview. Appreciate your time. We need to get together and go eat dinner soon. We're too close.
Well, come to Canada for CRBE because we're going to be getting together and having some food.
And going to A&W restaurant.
We're not going to A&W restaurant. I said it would happen to be right beside the fucking venue. So I said you wanted something quick to eat for breakfast.
I'm not coming to Canada to eat A&W. I've got it here.
Again, you know what? You Americans listen to what the fuck you want to listen to.
You're right.
That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we're going to kick you backstage because I'm tired of getting ribbed about you. And we'll talk to you in a minute.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Fuck yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Snakes in the Batman proudly brings to you its new breeder segment, 15 Minutes of Lame!
You guys are awful.
We love you.
You fucking love it. You come back. You're a glutton for punishment.
You know, exactly.
Well,
If you didn't like it, you wouldn't come back.
Well, no, what's worse is I set it up for me to get ribbed.
I think you do it on purpose.
Every time you make it too easy.
Yeah.
Anyways, we do have a lamest facts for today. Crystal was in here 2 minutes before we went on and made sure we had it.
That's it.
So let's do that. This one's a good one. This is, I think, one of my personal favorites. Chris sent me this one about an hour ago. Thanks, Chris. He's back in the chair. On September 1st, today, 2024, winner Paul Centrello got to spend the entire day with the Fat Man and Shauna. It was his Make-A-Wish.
Yay! Definitely a good time. Good time.
Does he have one of those chairs set up in his room where you can, the cuck chair?
I'm sitting in a $600 gaming chair right now. This guy, it's legit. This whole fucking area is legit.
Well, you look really good in. So like,
I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna go home and be like and make it like Chris's fucking show, but that's fucking good. I'll be pasty white next week.
$20 if you put your balls on his keyboard.
Can't do that.
And no, Lori, I don't believe I said I got robbed by Shane. Shane did not rob me.
Yeah,
but well, he might rob me when we're in Ottawa or in Toronto. You look tan for once because you usually look like white.
I got a huge fucking fluorescent bulb that's over my face at my house that I need to get rid of.
Yeah, you need to get rid of that.
He has this big bubble, this white bubble that's staring me in the face right now.
Well, you look good.
Like you fit. You could be the next Fat Man.
Fuck you.
We'll call you Fat Man in training.
Fat man in training is good. I like that.
There you go.
You're
Yeah.
fit. Batman train.
Wait.
Right.
And the hat actually works. Like I don't know if it just works on everybody.
And we can't. No,
I can't believe you're touching that hat because.
But by the way, there was potential money if you smelt it.
No.
I think they had about $12, $15.
Yeah. That's it. It's all right.
It's not the first time Lori's fat fingered.
Well,
fat fingered it. Let's just say you ribbed.
Before we close this out, so we can all drink or enjoy the rest of the holiday weekend.
Chris is going to be on soon too, so we got to get up. Got to get going.
Oh, you want to push that out?
Be at 9
You
o'clock.
want me? Yeah. What is it? Do you know what it is?
Pangea.
There you go.
I got it. 9 o'clock. Be there.
Yeah, 9 o'clock.
Batman Nation.
Pangea. Crystal's a little jealous that he's got Pangea on before she does, but his name's a lot bigger than Crystal, so it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out. It was great having you. Shane's a rock star. He actually is. Thanks for coming on, Shane. And we hope to have you guys on for next week. It'll be our last one. We will be pimping out CRBE one last time. And then we're going to take a 1 week off where we'll probably post some lives while we're out at Billy's and at the show. So, and if we're lucky, we might have the Lamest Chat all together if we're lucky. So we'll see if that happens. That's a big wish list to try to incorporate and bring it to Canada.
In Canada.
Right? So thank you very much, everybody, for coming out. And Holly,
Smash that like, guys. Smash that like.
Enjoy the night.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
See you guys.